Hello everybody, how are you doing? This is Harbinger, this is Wingspan and on Steam, and this is our opening hand. It's not the worst thing I have seen, but things aren't quite working together as they maybe should want to do. Pukeko is nice. It lets us lay eggs in the wetlands, which is great for any amount of wetlands engine you want to build without having to activate the forest too many times or the grasslands too many times. But we don't have anything proper to put those eggs into. We lack a forest or a food source in the forest, so that's gonna be a major issue unless that's something that's available in the bird tray here. Oh. So all the three birds in the bird tray here are actually really good and very... or at least would compensate for a lot of stuff we don't have here. For example, the Franklin's Gull combined with the Dixisel is he is trading an egg for 2 cards, while this is trading a card for an egg and getting the egg back. So these two, they are combining to draw some cards, and you can cycle the cards you don't want, and you get the egg back, and basically you get a lot of value out of these two in the same space. Spotted Tawi, I think we really gonna need to try to get that thing early, just because we need to get to that second tier in the forest there. So if we spend our nectar to pick up those 2 birds, we are gonna have 2 birds for the first round and goal, and then we can also afford to put high value point birds into the wetlands instead of using that as a place to draw cards. The Great Crested Greb is an alternate way to do stuff. That way we take the Spotted Tawi, take the Great Crested Greb, and push stuff into the push stuff elsewhere. Then the Gull wouldn't really work too much, but I think the Gull and the Spotted Tawi is such are working so good together with the Dixisel here that I really want to do that. And then we can put the Black Swan and other point stuff into the wetlands over time. Then we don't have to worry about activated abilities there. Can we get enough? Yeah, we can take with us enough food to both play these 2 birds. So I think that's gonna be nice. Nest box or bird feeder. We're already taking three birds here that can eat grain. That means we have needed 2 more for 3 points and 5 more for 7 points. We're taking 1 star nest, so we're gonna need 3 more birds for there and 5 more for 7 points. It's a toss-up for me. I think it's gonna be easier to get birds that eat grain, and birds that eat grain are also birds who want to play into the grasslands and the forest, and we are kinda trying to get that happening anyway. So because that's where our combo is going to be. So yeah, happy to take up these 2 guys, and now we just need to remember to pick up both the Franklin Gull and the Spotted Tawi here. And that is a thing we are going to do here. Okay. The Spotted Tawi isn't a very major part of the thing. It's not an insanely good bird for us, but it's gonna get us additional food every time we activate the forest. And the most important thing is it's a cheap bird that gets us up to this second column. And the fact that it even gets us some more food here is just a cherry on the top. So yeah, we should have played the Franklin's Gull first, because if it popped up something in the tray we really wanted, we would have loved to be able to get some eggs together with picking up that card. Alas, it did not happen, so let's let's just take some stuff here and see what kind of cards are on top for this in the future. We're gonna need to have some cards to tuck to the Dixisol over time, and we are also gonna need to have eggs to play the second tier birds here. So I don't mind spending a few turns just to stay here and draw some cards. But it's not a good idea just to draw cards here, just so you can get cards drawn, because we aren't getting too many points from just doing that. Common Loon is a 7-pointer because of the Black Swan, if we're playing it. But I don't know that that's the most important thing to do. A really neat thing about the Common Loon is that the common loon here has a common loon child on his back, so he is counting as a bird looking both directions. So that's why he has this sign here. It's because of the little kit on the back there. Anyways, let's put out the Dixisol. That way we can cycle some of the cards we don't want to play. Dun, dun, dun. Or let's see what the opponent is doing. They have played 2 correct birds here. We could also play the Pine Siskin to be able to get more food every time we go to the forest, and we can get some points taking cards here as well. We are not a very card draw heavy engine, so playing many of these birds that want us to tuck cards isn't gonna be good for our overall ability to do stuff we want to do. So I think we are just gonna let this slide for now. I think getting both points and eggs from the Dixisol is better than gaining both points and food from the Pine Siskin here. So I think this is the correct bird to play out of these guys, even though he is not helping too much with either of the other bonus cards, but he is helping us gain the eggs the Gull is eating. So yeah, there are some. It's probably a debate to be had there. Eat that egg and draw back some cards. Yeah, not too excited about those 2 pickups, but there might be something new in the bird tray this turn. We currently haven't played any bird that looks the correct way here, so we need to remedy that if we are to get that, and there aren't really any birds for us in the bird tray that we want to play either. Maybe that's a case to actually play the Common Loon then, just to have a bird down looking the correct way. That's 2 more points. We do have some time until we need to get that on board, so let's lay 1 more batch of eggs here. I don't think we'll do any variation magpie anyway, so tuck that thing, eat that egg, and look for some more cards here. Killdeer. It's a little bit excessive to eat 2 eggs here. That basically means we are turning this habitat here into a. If it's full, we get 3 eggs, 4 cards, or 3 eggs, 3 cards surplus. It's not horrible though. I don't hate it. Killdeer is a bird feeder card, so it's not that horrible. It looks the correct way. We can, from 1 turn in the forest here, get enough food to both play the Coltit and the Killdeer. I don't hate it. Let's take that for the loon. No. We can take these 2 to play these 2 guys and get the free grain here. Okay, yeah. I don't hate both having the Killdeer and the Franklin Skull. It's like, usually you wouldn't really want to have both. And that's probably not only usually. This might be very well too excessive, but we are gonna look at a lot of cards now. We are also going to be able to get a lot of food, so we will be able to play almost any combo piece we can find. But we do have to find those combo pieces, and I'm really glad the opponent isn't picking up this guy, because we're gonna activate this grasslands here plenty of times. Okay, so let's try to find the white stork. I don't think it's a combo piece for us, but it's at least a 9-pointer together with the black swan, so I will keep it around. Short-toed tree keeper is halfway a combo piece, but I think it's too late in the game to get proper value out of it, so yeah, let's just ditch that. We would have the eggs to make it happen though, but yeah, snow bunting, sandhill crane. We are getting a lot of excess grains here. This is a bird that is large enough to count for black swan. It's a neat combo piece to have in the grasslands, and we certainly can afford to play it. Let's see. Did the opponent have tucking? Opponent does not have reasonable tucking, so we don't need to play the snow bunting ASAP. Actually, okay. Picking up food and playing the sandhill crane gets us one more bird here. I think that's gonna be our next case thing. And it's also gonna help us just have stuff to do when we go here. Yeah, I think it's fine. Keeping the house wren around isn't the worst thing. When we play it, we are getting a lot more egg space, and we are gonna get cramped for egg space pretty fast, the way we are playing stuff out here, so I don't hate that either. And the Stanley Crane is just worst case scenario, it takes a grain of the coal tip worth 1 point and turns it into 2, so yeah. We don't need to worry about where the eggs are, but let's try to keep them around on the star nest at least. Scoop! Stole those 3 additional points. Lovely. And we certainly have the most brown powers. We don't need to worry about that. Don't care too much about either of those. Let's look at 4 more cards and see what we can find. Yes, take that thing, do this thing. American avocado. I don't think we're gonna need. I don't think you're gonna need these 3 eggs, because we're gonna lay so many eggs anyway. Discard that egg and look for more stuff. Pilot, woodpecker, and indigo bunting. Yeah, we don't need that guy because we are already laying enough eggs. But I guess Ruby Crown Kinglet and the house wren is gonna make it so that we can get all the way up to here to get 4 foods next turn, or next time we activate here. Do we have enough eggs to play all of that? We currently don't, but we have lots of excess cards we don't need here. So let's sack that bad boy. Put these eggs into there. We don't have enough. Let's see. How many foods do we need? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna need to go 2 turns here anyway. Let's spend some of these additional cards here to take more foods. And the nectar, take that and that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait, we have enough. Then. Ooh. Do we care about also playing the Ruby Crown Kinglets? Because if we don't... we do, because bird feeder. We need to play 3 more of them for that thing. Yeah. Let's skip Sandhill Crane once. Yeah. Skip Sandhill Crane once, and that should... no. I think we're gonna have enough food to do that thing then. Because then we're gonna very more easily get enough food the rest of the time to always activate the Sandhill Crane as we would want it. Take more some stuff. First return, okay. Okay. Rubik Town Kinglet for grain. Then we are playing the House Wren for vertebrae, and then we are playing the Indigo Bunting for those foods and those eggs. Of course, now we are in the other dilemma in that we actually have a lot of cards we want to play, so activating this thing over here isn't gonna be good. We maybe have been going too excessive into doing a few of the things we have here. But now we can play we can easily play the Stork, the Swan, Loon if we want to. Playing these guys are 7, 8, 9 point plays, so we probably want to do that. Activating here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points as well. So yeah, we have plenty of good actions. Let's start by playing out the White Stork. Push some more nectars into the water. Get another brown power. And this is the highest power bird we can play in the wetlands, I think. Or of course we can also play the Black Swan, but it's much easier for us to play the Black Swan with the remainder food. The White Stork was harder to play with the remainder food we had, so that was also a slight issue. How many current birds do we want to play? We have 2 more of these that can take the correct egg types. And I guess the Malfoal isn't the worst placed in its worst place either. We can have this guy lay eggs in. It can't lay eggs here because this is also already taken an egg from the Black Swan. So it can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs on this guy. Also gets us up to here. Black Swan is currently a 6, 7, 8, 9 pointer. 9 pointers are good. We play 9 pointers. 9 is better. Of course, we're also eating an egg, so it's 8, but it's better than the engine is doing. So let's do that. That means that the common loon is 7 or 6 pointer, so it's not better than the engine. We also need to at least put some stuff into here. We also need to have food if we are to activate the Sandhill Crane, which I think we do want to do. 1 turn here, then we can play the Malfoal for 8, -2 because of the eggs. Maybe we don't play this guy. Then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 points though, after we spend the 1 grain we have. Is it ever correct to just go here to get more food? Yeah, I know it. No, it never can be. Not just to dump to the crane. We have to actually play something afterwards. So, going here, playing this bird, nets us 2 more turns where we can gain eggs, which is not good enough. Yeah, no, we don't even have enough eggs to do it. So, yeah, let's ignore that option and just lay eggs towards the end of the game here. Push the most amount of eggs into those birds as possible before they are filled up. Eat that egg. There is a world where we pick up either of the eagles. I just don't think it's worth it here because there are like 200 cards left in the deck or something. So the possibility of that happening is really low. Instead, we should try to just build the most amount of points here. Then again, we do need to eat one of the Dixisal eggs, so we probably should be doing that anyway. Let's eat the warbler. Put eggs into these birds. Skip that. Eat the Dixisal egg once. Great horned owl, not it. Orange-footed scrubfowl, also not it. Took that guy. And then I think we are skipping that action for the rest of the game. And yeah, it's always worth it to try to math out whether or not you should do an action or not, because some stuff is really good to do in the early game, and it's just costing you points to gain you resources that aren't worth anything in the late game. So yeah, and now we are almost spending our resources very efficiently here. We could have had the 2 less cards if we hadn't eaten that egg, but that egg didn't matter. So yeah, have we laid eggs into all of the nests that we should? We haven't. We can maybe go back in time and fix that, but I don't think the opponent has the ability to lay eggs at the end of the game anyway, so why would we care about that? And yeah, we didn't blunder any eggs either. Okay, skip that, and let's go to the end of the game. Not the best haul we ever had on a Black Swan, but it's a 6-pointer that lays 3 more eggs, so it's 9-pointer, and it was also vital to finish off Bird Feeder here. So happy about that, winning all the nectar, getting some nice points at the end of the game. I think this is a decent scoring game. I mean, I think it is. It doesn't mean that it's actually gonna be, because I saw we only had 37 points here, and that's probably because we have played quite a few low scoring bird cards, and we haven't really had too much engine stuff going on. So yeah, 115, it's below average. And then you might think, hey, Harbinger, you had both the Franklin Skull and the Killdeer. Why did you do so bad? And to that would say, yeah, they aren't as good in Oceania as they are in Vanilla. Every time you activate them, they eat away some of your points, and they are gaining your resources that can be used to tuck and stuff, but they aren't inherently worth points activating. So it's one of them are good, 2 of them aren't that much better, but they are giving you a lot more cards to look at and choose from. We had some high value plays, like playing the White Star, playing the Black Swan. These are 9-pointers, so or 8 9-pointers, so we don't need to worry too much about those. We also got some eggs out of stuff, but sorry about that. But we didn't really get too much value out of what we did over here. I don't know that it was correct to play all of these birds. Maybe it was correct to just leave this place as is. We did activate this habitat once or twice after we filled it out. And why does that matter? It matters because we spent 4 food and a turn to play out these guys. And if we hadn't done that, 5 food and these guys. If we hadn't done that, we would have had those 4 foods and that turn, and we could have spent that turn to take food instead. So it was a net. If we had spent that turn taking food instead of spending that turn playing these birds, we would have had 8 food instead of playing these 3 birds. And those 8 food is maybe better. We didn't gain back the more food from playing these birds than we. I don't know if that makes sense, but this was a low value play in that regard. It's high value in the regards that we did get the round 4 victory out of it. We did get some more nectars into the forest. We did finish our bird feeder card. So in this context, I think it maybe was worth it, but it wouldn't always be worth it. So don't always play these stuff just because you can. Try to think a little bit about is it really an advantage for you to get up to 4 dice here. Yeah, Sandal Crane, Dixisel. Dixisel did get us a lot of points and utility throughout the game. I don't think both Franklin Gull and Killdeer would have worked if we didn't have access to any way to turn these cards back into eggs. I think that would just have been a really sad engine eating all of its eggs and not really producing any tempo in the game. And yeah, it was also sad to activate the Sandal Crane that many times without having grains to cache for them. So that's one of the things. If we hadn't played these birds, we would have had more grains to cache to the crane. And maybe we could have played like this says Phoebe instead, or that's not really the correct bird, but that could also have won us the 4th round, getting us up to 4 eggs without paying additional cards. That means we didn't have to eat as many eggs to draw cards. There are several things we could have done differently here, and yeah, I mean 115. It's not a bad score, but for me, it's below average, so I'm not too happy about it. But that's too much rambling for one video, I think. Thank you guys for watching. I'm the Harbinger, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!